lies directly behind the trachea, or the windpipe. So if we pull this up, we can see this little floppy tube right behind it. This is going to be the esophagus. This is going to be our little highway for food to get from the mouth down to the stomach. All right. So food gets chewed up in the mouth, passes down the esophagus, and comes down into this little sac down here that sits right behind the liver. It's going to be our stomach. Okay. That's where it gets chemically and physically broken down by getting turned up with all the acid. From there, the food's going to enter the small intestine. So the very first section it comes through the small intestine is called the duodenum, and then it's going to come and jumble up into all this mess right in here. So this small little ball section is going to be all of our small intestine. When it meets this part over here, it becomes large intestine, and you can see a pretty distinct difference between that size and that size. This one's quite a bit bigger. So you know this is where the large intestine starts. And the large intestines is just going to kind of surround the small intestines. It starts on the right side and wraps around and will come all the way down to form the rectum and leave outside. And so that's one way to distinguish between small and large. So if I was to pin large, I'd probably pin it over here so you can obviously see that the large one's leaving the body right there, so you know this is large. So we're also looking at the liver. So it's going to be this guy right here. The important function that we're looking at is bile production, which is our body's means of breaking down fat. So the liver makes bile for the digestive system. And embedded into the liver, we see this little like green pea, like smashed looking pea structure. That's going to be our gallbladder. It's kind of embedded into the liver. So you can kind of see it more like that. It's just a little sac right there. We'll talk more about the function later. So we have liver and we have gallbladder kind of embedded in there. The last thing we're going to talk about is the pancreas. So flip it over. You see this guy kind of trailing behind the back. This is going to be our pancreas. Just kind of sitting here behind the stomach. So the pancreas sits behind the stomach, and the stomach sits behind the liver. And that is it. Have any questions over any of that? Pretty basic, pretty simple. It's not too much. That's it.